Okay, so sometimes you see a headline and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
You have to read it again.
Oh, yeah.
Like France offering to send troops to Greenland? Really?
Greenland, part of Denmark?
Yeah. Had I completely missed something?
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Exactly.
We've got excerpts from a YouTube transcript this time.
Okay.
From The Ring of Fire.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're known for pretty strong opinions, politically, more on the progressive side.
Gotcha.
And their take on this whole Greenland thing is something else.
So what's the core of what they're saying? Like, what's the big claim here?
Well, they're saying that the French foreign minister straight up announced France was ready to offer troops to Greenland.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they're adamant this wasn't some joke or misunderstanding.
So this is serious business.
They even quote the minister, Jean-Noël Barrot, saying something like, "We've started discussing sending troops to Greenland." Right. And the reason given is pretty wild, too.
Hey, what's the supposed reasoning behind this?
They're saying the concern was that this was a while back.
Right.
That the U.S. president at the time might just try and take Greenland by force.
What?
Yeah, serious stuff.
That's a pretty huge accusation right there.
Absolutely. And apparently Denmark wasn't too thrilled with the idea.
Can't really blame them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine another country offering to station troops on your territory.
Exactly. But here's where it gets even more interesting.
Oh, there's more.
The transcript claims that other European Union foreign ministers were also like, yeah, we'd consider sending troops too.
So it wasn't just France going rogue.
Seems like there was some serious concern across Europe at the time.
And they were all backing Denmark on this.
Yeah, the transcript says they expressed very strong support for Denmark.
Okay, so what was driving this? Like, why was everyone so worried about the U.S.?
Well, the transcript puts it pretty bluntly. It boils down to a lack of trust in the U.S. leadership.
Lack of trust.
Yeah, there's even a quote in there, something about the U.S. having a lunatic convicted felon as president. Oh. So yeah, you can see why some folks might be on edge.
That definitely paints a picture.
And this is where the transcript starts talking about the bigger picture.
Okay.
The potential damage to U.S. alliances. And, you know, the U.S. relies on those allies a lot.
For all sorts of things.
Exactly. Military intelligence, cooperation, trade. I mean, the list goes on.
Right. The U.S. can't exactly go it alone in the world.
Exactly. And the transcript even suggests that some allies might have been looking for protection from the U.S., not with the U.S.
That's a pretty wild thought.
It is. It really flips the script on the usual dynamic. And then they bring up other examples, too.
Like what?
Well, they mentioned the Panama Canal.
Okay.
Alongside Greenland, painting this picture of the U.S. maybe getting a little too expansionist, making other countries nervous.
So the Ring of Fire is basically saying that the whole USA #1 idea could backfire big time if the U.S. loses its allies.
Yeah, they're arguing that the U.S.'s strength really comes from those alliances, not from going it alone.
So to sum this all up, we've got a YouTube transcript from a pretty opinionated source.
Right.
Claiming that France offered troops to Greenland.
With backing from other European countries.
All because they were worried about the U.S. and its leadership.
And that this distrust could seriously damage the U.S.'s standing in the world.
It's a lot to unpack.
It really is. And it leaves us with some big questions like, what does it actually mean when longstanding allies start considering these kinds of moves?
Yeah.
What does that tell us about the state of things internationally?
And what could it mean for global stability moving forward? It's definitely something worth thinking about.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.